A Worldwide Art Gallery Art Museum Guide. Art Museum Gallery Introduction. I provide information about collections of art at museums and art galleries available for public viewing which are both profit and non-profit. Where art is, where to find it. The personal websites of artists, art galleries, and art collections. They are basically a map or database of art gallery and art museum websites worldwide. I compiled the list by going through several lists I found online, then putting them together to create my list, which makes it the biggest and best in the world. There is nothing out there that's more complete. If it had existed, I would have found it but didn't. You can use it to peruse and explore art galleries and art museums anywhere you want in the world. I used it to explore what's out there for fun, but I'm not a visual artist, so it's not really my thing. The biggest websites I found for lists of art museums/galleries worldwide are artcyclopedia.com/museums.html, zeroland.co.nz/directory/visual-arts/world_art, archive.org, then icom.org/vlmp, International Council on Museums. Try number 701-710 and number 750-759 at the library for books about art. Chapter 1. Art Museums/Art Galleries. Find World Art Galleries/Find World Art Museums. There are two types of art galleries. 1. Art gallery for show, paintings not for sale, art museum. 2. Commercial art gallery, paintings for sale. zeroland.co.nz/directory/visual-arts/world_art, icom.org/vlmp, the International Council of Museums, virtual museum pages. codart.nl/96/museums, artcyclopedia.com/museums.html, artnet.com, gallerydirectart.com/artist-list.html, artsandcraftshows.net, galleryhopper.org, artatlas.com, Art Galleries of the World, artnet.com/galleries/exhibitions.asp, wwar.com, amn.org, Art Museum Network, links users to major world art galleries, museumlink.com, icom.org/vlmp, virtual library museums pages, aam-us.org, American Association of Museums, artmuseum.net, amn.org, Art Museum Network, icom.museum, ICOM, the International Council of Museums, icom.museum/vlmp, virtual library museums pages, artresources.com, Internet Art Resources, cimi.org, CIMI, Consortium for Interchange of Museum Information, codart.nl, the Codart List, Dutch and Flemish Art in Museums, diacenter.org, Dia Art Foundation. Biggest website I found for lists of museums worldwide. archives.icom.museum/vlmp, atgetphotography.com/museums/index.html. Biggest websites I found for lists of art museums/galleries worldwide. artcyclopedia.com/museums.html, zeroland.co.nz/directory/visual-arts/world_art, icom.org/vlmp, International Council on Museums. artsandculture.google.com lists many art museums and other museums. Short article on every museum. Big art museum websites at dmoz-odp.org/reference/museums/art_entertainment/art_museums/directories. bali-directory.com/arts/museum, Bali directory, museums, listing within Indonesia. codart.nl, Codart, a list of museums worldwide with holdings in Dutch and Flemish art. dfwart.com, visual art in the Metroplex, listing of major art museums, galleries, non-profit art centers and artists in the Dallas/Fort Worth, Texas area. Euromuse.net, Euromuse.net, public access portal giving information on major exhibitions in European museums. Search by topic, city, or country, and take a virtual tour. French and English. ilpi.com/artsource/museum.html, artsource museums, directory of art museums on the web. museot.fi, Finland art museums, a complete listing of art museums in Finland. In English and Finnish. Museumserver.nl, the museum server, Dutch museums on the Internet, with virtual exhibitions, branch organizations, discussion page, and links to museums worldwide. universe.de/america/e-muse.htm, Argentina, museums, exhibition centers, and collections, art museums and collections and exhibition centers in Argentina. In English, German, and Spanish. Find art exhibitions worldwide. okula.com/art-exhibitions. artist-info.com/users/search exhibition places. re-title.com/search/header/?UD=2. google.com/cultural institute/beta/partner links to many art museums. A bunch of images come up. Click on one to get to its website. artsandculture.google.com lists many art museums and other museums. Short article on every museum. Chapter 2. A bunch of world art museum websites. Some of the world's biggest art museums. artpriv.org, database of the world's finest private art museums and foundations. Twitter.com, art museums. YouTube.com, art museums. Facebook.com, art museum. aboavetusarsnova.fi, Aboavetus and Ars Nova Arts Museum in Turku, Finland. acciaonline.org.au, Australian Centre for Art. admdp.com, Museum of Pontarlier, Pontarlier, France. afmacet.no, Astrup Fearnley Museum of Modern Art, Oslo, Norway. albrightnox.org, Albright Knox Art Gallery features painting and sculpture. altinit.org/mamti/uk/mamti.htm, Museum of Modern Art, Tarragona, Spain. arcartgallery.ru/gallery.php, RKA Gallery, St. Petersburg. arkan.dk, Arkan Museum for Modern Art, Skövej, Denmark. artgallery.nsw.gov.au, Art Gallery of New South Wales. arttowermeto.or.jp/art, Art Center and Gallery, Art Tower Meto Museum, Tokyo. balticmill.com, Baltic International Centre for Art, Gateshead, Northern England. camh.org, Arts Museum, Houston. centrepompidou.fr, Centre Georges Pompidou, Paris, France. centrepompidou.fr, Centre Pompidou, Paris, France. derryartcentre.org.uk, Derry Art Centre, London. dijktorhallen.de, Dijktorhallen, Hamburg, Germany. depont.nl/n, Depont Museum of Art. dogankmuseum.org, Doganke Museum, Istanbul, Turkey. eduardo-chillida.com, Museo Chilidalecu. emst.gr, National Museum of Art, EMST, Athens, Greece. europosparkas.lt, Europoparkas Open Air Museum, Lithuania. guggenheim.org, Guggenheim Museum sites in Venice, New York, Berlin, Las Vegas, and Bilbao. haramuseum.or.jp, Hara Museum of Art permanent collection focuses on the diversity of post-1950 developments in art. hirshhorn.si.edu, Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden Museum of Modern and Art at the Smithsonian, Washington, D.C. hkw.de, Haus der Kulturen der Welt, Berlin. inhotim.org.br, Centro de Arte Contemporânea in Hotim, Brazil. kemperart.org, Kemper Museum of Art. Kulturhuset.stockholm.se, Kulturhuset Stockholm. Kunstmuseum-bonn.de, Kunstmuseum Bonn Germany. Leopoldmuseum.org, Leopold Museum, Austria. Louisiana.dk, Louisiana Modern Art Museum Denmark. Louvre.fr. mac.usp.br, Museum of Art, University of São Paulo. Brazil. macba.cat, Barcelona Museum of Art Mauba. macba.cat, Museum of Art of Barcelona. mac-lyon.com, the Musée d'Art Contemporain of Lyon, France. machem.org, Musée d'Art Contemporain de Montréal. marta-herford.de, Marta Herford 5 Galleries Herford, Germany. massmocha.org, Massachusetts Museum of Art. mattress.org, the Mattress Factory Art Museum. mca.com.au, MCA Museum of Art Sydney, Australia. mca.com.au, Museum of Art, Sydney, Australia. mcachicago.org, Chicago Museum of Art. mcachicago.org, Museum of Art Chicago. mcasd.org, Museum of Art, San Diego. mocha.org, Los Angeles Museum of Art. mocha.org, MoCA the Museum of Art, Los Angeles. mochadetroit.org, Museum of Art Detroit. mocha.ca, Museum of Canadian Art, MoCA. moma.org, Museum of Modern Art, New York, MoMA. moshkantor.com/en/projects/magma, Museum of Avant-Garde Mastery. mot-art-museum.jp, Museum of Art Tokyo International. musaba.org, MUSABA, Museo Santa Barbara Calabria, Italy. newmuseum.org, New Museum Manhattan, New York Museum which exhibits new work by American. newmuseum.org, New Museum of Art Bowery, New York City. Oranzans.org, Angel Oranzans Foundation Huesca, Spain. paletotokyo.com, Paleta Tokyo Art Museum. proje4l.org, Elgais Museum of Art. saatchi-gallery.co.uk, Saatchi Gallery, London. sammlung-frieder-burda.de/index_e.html, Museum Frieder International and Modern Art Baden-Baden, Germany. serpentinegallery.org, Serpentine Gallery, London. sfmoma.org, San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, SFMOMA. Skive New York Kunstmuseum.dk, Skive Art Museum Denmark. stedelijk.nl, Stedelijk Museum of Modern Art. stedelijkinstad.nl, Stedelijk Museum. tate.org.uk, Tate London. town.nagi.okayama.jp/mocha, Nagi Museum of Art. villa-arson.org, Villa Arson, Nice, France. warhol.org, Andy Warhol Museum. Whitney.org, Whitney Museum of American Art. Many art museum, gallery, and art center websites at web.archive.org/web/20115026/http/www.arts5.com/museums, galleries and centers. Many categories. Art galleries. Colleges and universities. Exhibits. Modern and contemporary. Publications. Regional guides. Web directories. 20thcenturymarks.co.uk, 20th Century Marks. Adeditions.com, A/D Gallery. AkronArtMuseum.org, Akron Art Museum. ALBRECHT-KEMPER.org, Albrecht Kemper Museum of Art. AllentownArtMuseum.org, Allentown Art Museum. AvaM.org, American Visionary Art Museum. CarterMuseum.org, Aman Carter Museum. DimeMuseum.com, American Dime Museum. Lawntair.com, and Lawntair. Vaudeville.org, American Vaudeville Museum. art.aac.pref.aichi.jp. adhicara.com. albrightknox.org. aldrichart.org. alternativemuseum.org. apexart.org. arkin.dk. bealdcracked.com. bismarck-art.org. dwigmore.com. mmkarnhem.nl. molecatcherart.co.uk. endaga.org. thirdthursdays.net. warhol.org. Art Museum and Art Gallery websites. Robert W. Woodruff Arts Center details. woodruffcenter.org. Scuola Internazionale di Grafica details. scuolagrafica.it. Soros Center for Contemporary Arts Budapest. c3.hu/scca. Tokyo National Research Institute of Cultural Properties. tobuenkan.go.jp. University of South Florida, Graphic Studio/Institute for Research in Art graphicstudio.usf.edu. gallery.gui.de.com/gg/museum/index.htm, Art Museum Directory. lib.duke.edu/lily/arlis Art Library Society of North America. newyorkmuseums.com, Curator's Choice, extensive museum listings for the New York City area. artnut.com/intl.html, International Directory of Sculpture Parks. morganlibrary.org, the Pierpont Morgan Library, landmark museum and research library in New York City. vol.it/uk/en/arte, museums index. gonezouth.com/art-support/museums.htm, museums of photography, art support listings. ago.on.ca/aamdo/amnhtml/amnhome.htm, the Art Museum Network. comlab.ox.ac.uk/archive/other/museums, art museums of the world. famsf.org, San Francisco Art Museums. finearts.miningsco.com/msubgardens.htm, sculpture gardens. si.edu, Smithsonian Museums. artguide.org, Artguide. Artguide lists comprehensive details of the collections of more than 650 museums in Britain and Ireland. aamd.net, Association of Art Museum Directors. amico.net, Art Museum Image Consortium. warhol.org/warhol, Andy Warhol Museum. arctic.edu/aic/firstpage.html, Art Institute of Chicago. hermitagemuseum.org, Hermitage, more than 2,000 works online. sunsite.unc.edu/Louvre, Louvre. metmuseum.org, Metropolitan Museum of Art. artsmia.org, Minneapolis Institute of Arts. moma.org, Museum of Modern Art, New York. nga.gov, National Gallery of Art, Washington, D.C. nma.si.edu, National Museum of American Art. pma.libertynet.org, Philadelphia Museum of Art. textilemuseum.org, Textile Museum, the. Based in Washington, D.C. whitney.org/index.shtml, Whitney Museum of American Art. Some specific World Art Museum websites. 1. adamsgallery.com, Ansel Adams. africamuseum.be, Royal Museum for Central Africa. africamuseum.be, Royal Museum for Central Africa, in English, French, and Dutch. African American Art. africanaart.org, Museum of African Art, Los Angeles. africaresource.com, Africa House focusing on Africa. agv.bc.ca, Art Gallery of Greater Victoria. China and Hong Kong, Beijing/Peking. ago.on.ca, Art Gallery of Ontario, Vancouver. air-of-art.org. akronartmuseum.org, Akron Art Museum, Andover, MA. alamannenmuseum-ellwangen.de, Alamannen Museum Ellwangen, Emden. albertina.at, Albertina. albrightknox.org, Albright Knox Art Gallery, Champaign, IL. alvaraalto.fi/museum/index.htm, Alvar Aalto Museum, a special museum of architecture. amakhos-arts-galerie.com, African art. amazingartimages.com, amazing art images. ambrosiana.eu, Ambrosiana. americanaart.si.edu, Smithsonian American Art Museum, Williamstown. amn.org, Art Museum Network. amz.hr, AMZ, Archaeological Museum. andover.edu/addison/home.htm, Addison Gallery, Atlanta. angelcities.com/members/radov, Radov Art. archimuse.com. arkin.dk, Arkin Museum of Modern Art. art.gallery.original.free.fr. art.uiuc.edu/chem, Cranert Art Museum and Kincaid Pavilion, Chicago. art.uiuc.edu/chem, Cranert Art Museum. artbma.org, Baltimore Museum of Art. artfund.org. arctic.edu, Art Institute of Chicago. arctic.edu/aic, Art Institute of Chicago. artists-in-residence.com. artmuseum.net. artmuseums.harvard.edu, Harvard Art Museums, the Fogg Art Museum, the Bush-Riesinger Museum, the Arthur M. Sackler Museum, the Strauss Center for Conservation. artnet.com. arts-asiatiqueus.com, Musée des Arts Asiatiques. arts-history.mx/museos/mam/2menu.html, Museo de Arte Moderno, Mexico. artsiteguide.com, Artsite Guide. artsmia.org, Minneapolis Museum of Art, New Orleans. artstudio.com. ashmolean.org, Ashmolean Museum of Art and Archaeology, Oxford, England. ashmolean.org, the Ashmolean. asianaart.org, Asian Art Museum of San Francisco. asianaart.org, Asian Art Museum. asiasociety.org/arts, Asia Society. august-make-haus.de, August Macke House, Bremen. austria.eu.net/mmkslw, Museum Moderner Kunststiftung Ludwig. avi-biran.co.il. azw.at, Architekturzentrum Wien AZW. baghdadmuseum.org, Baghdad Museum Iran, Tehran/Tehran. bampfa.berkeley.edu, Berkeley Art Museum plus Pacific Film Archive, Bentonville, Arkansas. banrep.gov.co/museo/home.htm, Museo del Oro. Croatia/Croatian, Zagreb. bargilartfoundation.org, Bargiel Art Foundation. barnesfoundation.org, Barnes Foundation, Miami, FL. barriesfinearts.co. bauhaus-dessau.de, Stiftung Bauhaus Dessau, Detmold. belvedere.at, Gallery Belvedere. benekai.gr, Benaki Museum. Berlinerfest SBIELE.de/Gropiusbau, Martin Gropiusbau. Builtmore.com, Biltmore Estate, Baltimore. blackmuseums.org, Association of African American Museums, Wilberforce, Ohio. blantonmuseum.org, Jack S. Blanton Museum of Art, Fine Arts Museum of the University of Texas at Austin. bmy.com.cn, Museum of Qin Shi Huang Terracotta Warriors and Horses, Zhengzhou. bnf.fr, Bibliothèque Nationale de France. bondaandbowery.com, connect with 100 plus top quality galleries. Brants.dk, Kunsthallen plus Musée for Fotokunst. Egypt/Egypten, Cairo/Cairo. Brera.beniculturealley.it, Pinacoteca de Brera. british-museum.ac.uk, the British Museum. Broadartfoundation.org, the Broad Art Foundation. broehan-museum.de, Brooklyn Museum. brooklynmuseum.org, Brooklyn Museum of Art, New York. brooklynmuseum.org, Brooklyn Museum. buchheimmuseum.de, Sammlung Buchheim, Museum der Fantasie, Bielefeld. budanet.net/gallery.hdm. cacno.org, Contemporary Arts Center. carlos.emory.edu, Carlos Museum of Emory University. carnavalet.paris.fr, Musée Carnavalet, History of Paris. cartermuseum.org, Amon Carter Museum. cartermuseum.org, Amon Carter Museum. cartoon.org.il, the Israeli Cartoon Museum, Jerusalem. casadelmonzoni.mi.it, Casa del Monzoni. catacombs.paris.fr, Les Catacombs de Paris. centralmontemartini.org, Musée Capitolini. Central Monte Martini. centrepompidou-metz, Centre Pompidou Metz, Mulhouse/Mulhausen. Chateauversailles.fr, Chateau de Versailles. Germany/Deutschland/Allemagne. chinainstitute.org/gallery/index.html, China Institute Gallery. Chinese Painting Online Art Gallery.com. chnmuse.net/English, Henan Museum. Colombia/Colombienne, Bogotá. chnmuseum.cn, National Museum of China. choicegallery.co.uk, Birmingham, UK. Chini.it, Fondazione Giorgio Chini. Citadelautomobile.com, Site de l'Automobile, Collection Schlumpf, Nice. cjh.org, Center for Jewish History. cjn.or.jp/Tokugawa/index.html, Tokugawa Art Museum, Japan. clarkart.edu, Clark Art Institute. Uzbekistan, Autonomous Republic of Karakalpakstan, Nukus. clevelandart.org, Cleveland Museum of Art, Columbus, O. clickafric.com/arts/museums.asp. cmcp.gallery.ca, Canadian Museum of Contemporary Photography, Toronto. cmp.ucr.edu, California Museum of Photography. cnac-gp.fr, Centre Georges Pompidou, Paris. cnac-gp.fr, Centre Georges Pompidou. cnac-gp.fr/home30ans/index.html, Centre National d'Art de Culture Georges Pompidou Glass and Steel Architecture Paris. cnp-photography.com, Centre National de la Photographie. collectionsaustralia.net, Australian Cultural Heritage. College, Oberlin, Ohio. Colline Notre Dame du Haut.com, Colline Notre Dame du Haut, St. Paul. columbusart.mus.oh.us, Columbus Museum of Art, Dallas. ContemporaryArtCenter.org, Lois and Richard Rosenthal Contemporary Arts Center, Cleveland. CooperHewitt.org, Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. CooperHewitt.org, Cooper Hewitt, National Design Museum. Corcoran.org, The Corcoran. Koreanne.com, Gallery Korean. Cosmopolis.ch/English/art.hdm. Cosmopolis.ch/English/history.hdm. crystalbridges.org, Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, Boston. Culture.gr, Greek Museums and Sites, Ministry of Culture, Thessaloniki. cuspidi.es/English/Spanish/info_museos.htm, Spain. daligallery.com. danvillegallery.com. darmuseum.org.kw, Dar al-Athar al-Islamiyya, the Al-Sabah Collection Liechtenstein. dcordova.org, dCordova Museum and Sculpture Park. dcordova.org, Museum and Sculpture Park. dejavugallery.com. designmuseum.org. deviartfoundation.org, Devi Art Foundation, Gurgaon, Delhi. Iraq/Iraq, Baghdad. dia.org, Detroit Institute of Arts, Fort Worth. diacenter.org, Dia Center for the Arts. dm-art.org, Dallas Museum of Art. dmh.org.il, Design Museum Holon, DMH. drhugo.org, Museum of the Mind. doriapamphilj.it, Galleria Doria Pamphilj. dougal.derby.ac.uk/gallery. dpm.org.cn, The Palace Museum/The Forbidden City. eastmanhouse.org, George Eastman House, Salem, Ma. edo-tokyo-museum.or.jp, Edo Tokyo Museum. egallery.com. egyptianmuseum.gov.eg, Egyptian Museum. Finland, Helsinki. eisenbahnmuseum-bochum.de, Eisenbahn Museum Bochum. ellisisland.org, Ellis Island. elmuseo.org, El Museo del Barrio. emf.net/Louvre. emory.edu/Carlos, the Michael C. Carlos Museum. europeanpaintings.com, European Paintings Gallery. europeosparcas.lt. faberge-museum.de, Faberge Museum, Bayern. famzef.org/image-base/index-2.html, Fine Arts Museums of San Francisco. fieldmuseum.org, The Field Museum. fine-arts-museum.be, Royal Museums of Fine Arts of Belgium/Musées Royaux des Beaux-Arts. Brazil/Brazilian/Brazil, Sao Paulo. fineartstudioonline.com. fionline.it/turismo/musi-fi/muse-haupt.html, Museums in Florence, Italy. fng.fi, Finnish National Gallery. folkartmuseum.org, American Folk Art Museum, AFAM. Fondation.cartier.fr, Fondation Cartier. Fondation Louis Vuitton.fr, Fondation Louis Vuitton. FONDATION-VINCENTVANGOGH-ARLES.org, Fondation Vincent van Gogh, Besançon. Fondazione-xxi.it, Fondazione Maxi, Museo Nazionale dell'Arte dell'Xxi Secala. Photosearch.nl, Stock Photography and Royalty Vrij Stock Photos. Fauta.com/guinea.htm, Gallery dar Africaine. Frick.org, Frick Collection. friedrichschristianflick-collection.com, Friedrich Christian Flick Collection. fukuoka-art-museum.jp, Fukuoka Art Museum, Kamakura. futureofmuseums.org, AAM Center for the Future of Museums. gallery.klagenfurt.at, Stadtgalerie Klagenfurt, Klosterneuburg. gallery.landesmuseum-linz.ac.at, Lons Gallery Oberösterreich. gallerie-athar.com. gallerie-herrmann.com. gallerylongo.fr. galleriaborghese.it, Galleria Borghese. galleriacontinua.com. Gallery.bostoncyberarts.org/index2.html, Boston Cyber Art Gallery, Boston, MA. Gallery.euroweb.hu/welcome.html. Gallery.guernsey.net. GalleryArtGalaxy.com, Russian art. GalleryGuide.org. GalleryRow.com. GalleryToday.com. GDMOA.org, Guangdong Museum of Art PMO, Hong Kong. gem.co.za/sang, South African National Gallery. GenesisGallery.com. georg-kolbe-museum.de, George Colby Museum. Getty.edu/museum, J. Paul Getty Museum, Malibu. Getty.edu/museum, JP. Getty Museum. gfzk-leipzig.de, Galerie für Zeitgenössische Kunstleistung, GFZK, Lübeck. Glassmuseum.de, Glass Museum Passau. Glyphs.com/Maba, Museum of Bad Art. gliptotket.dk, New York Carlsberg Glyptotek. gnm.de, Germanisches National Museum Nuremberg. gort.ucsd.edu/sj/timken/index.html, Timken Museum of Art, San Francisco. Guggenheim.org, Group of Museums. Guggenheim.org, Guggenheim Museum, New York. Guggenheim.org, Guggenheim Museum. Guggenheim.org, Guggenheim Museum. guggenheim.es/ingles/home.htm, The Guggenheim, Bilbao, Spain. gugging.org, Gugging Art/Brute Center. hamburger-kunsthalle.de, Hamburger Kunsthalle, Heidelberg. hanita-museum.net. hansamuseum.eu, Europäisches Hansa-Museum, Mannheim. haramuseum.or.jp, Hara Museum of Modern Art. hausderkunst.de, Haus der Kunst. hdg.de, Haus der Geschichte der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. hdg.de, Haus der Geschichte. hdgbw.de, Haus der Geschichte Baden-Württemberg. hdkv.de, Heidelberger Kunstverein, Herford. herd.org, Herd Museum. hardfineart.com. helmutnewton.com, Helmut Newton Foundation. henricartier-bresson.org, Fondation Henri Cartier-Bresson. heritagepreservation.org, Heritage Preservation Washington, D.C. hermitagemuseum.org. hermitagemuseum.org, Hermitage Museum, Russia. hermitagemuseum.org, Hermitage Museum. High.org, High Museum of Art, Asheville, NC. High.org, High Museum of Art. hirshhorn.si.edu, Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden. hofmobiliendepot.at, Hofmobilien Depot. hosting.zkm.de/kbb, Staatliche Baden-Baden. ourmuseum.org.uk. hypo-kunsthalle.de, Kunsthalle der Hypokulturstiftung. ibiblio.org/wm, Web Museum. icamsf.com, International Children's Art Museum. icaphiladelphia.org, Institute of Contemporary Art, University of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. icom.org/vimp, Virtual Library Museums. icp.org, International Center of Photography. ifa.de/a/index.htm, IFA Galerian, Institut für Ausländische Baden-Baden. ignca.nic.in, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts. imamuseum.org, Indianapolis Museum of Art. imarabe.org, Institut du Monde Arabe. imj.org.il, Israel Museum. Indian. interart.net/galleries/search.html. inuitgallery.com. israelartguide.co.il, Israel Art Guide, Holon. JMW.at, Judicious Museum Wien, JMW. JordanRoadGallery.com. JudiciousMuseum.de, Judicious Museum Frankfurt. JUEDISCHES-MUSEUM-BERLIN.de, Judicious Museum Berlin, Jewish Museum Berlin. JULIA-STOSCHEK-COLLECTION.net, Julia Stoschek Collection, Eisenach. JuneHarwood.com, June Harwood Landscape Painting. KAH-BONN.de, Kunst und Ausstellungsstelle der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. KaiserGruft.at, Kaisergraft, Kapuzinergraft. KAM.UIUC.edu, Krannert Art Museum, University of Illinois. KansasHeritage.org, Kansas Heritage Group. KansasHistory.us/artists, Kansas Art Museums websites. KemperArt.org, Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art, Long Island, New York. KentuckyCrafts.org, Kentucky Museum of Art and Craft. web.mit.edu/museum, MIT Museum, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. KHM.at, Kunsthistorisches Museum. KHM.at/homie/homie.html. Kunsthistorisches Museum Wien, the Vienna Museum of Art History in English and German. Kiesma.fi, Kiesma Museum of Contemporary Art. KimballArt.org, Kimball Art Museum. KMOMAmuseum.org, Kolkata Museum of Modern Art, KMOMA, New Delhi. Kolvitz.de, Kathy Kolvitz Museum. Kolumba.de, Columba, Museum des Erdbistumskern. KOMAM.co.jp, Kamakura Otani Memorial Art Museum, Karashiki. Kunst.worth.com, Kunst bei Worth, Sammlung Worth, Kunstdependenzen, Leipzig. Kunstforum.net. KUNSTFORUM-WIEN.at, Kunstforum Wien. Kunsthalle.at, Kunsthalle Krems, Linz. Kunsthalle.nürnberg.de, Kunsthalle Nürnberg, Passau. KUNSTHALLE-BIELEFELD.de, Kunsthalle Bielefeld, Bochum-Dahlhausen. KUNSTHALLE-BREMEN.de, Kunsthalle Bremen. KUNSTHALLE-EMDEN.de, Kunsthalle in Emden, Essen. KUNSTHALLE-KARLSRUHE.de, Staatliche Kunsthalle Karlsruhe. KUNSTHALLE-MANNHEIM.de, Status Kunsthalle Mannheim. KUNSTHALLE-TUEBINGEN.de, Kunsthalle Tübingen, Weimar. Kunsthalle Wien.at, Kunsthalle Wien. KUNSTHAUS-BREGENZ.at, Kunsthaus Bregenz, Graz. Kunsthaus-Graz.at, Kunsthaus Graz. Kunsthauswien.at, Kunsthaus Wien. Kunstmuseum.li, Kunstmuseum Liechtenstein. Lithuania/Litauen. KUNSTMUSEUM-BONN.de, Kunstmuseum Bonn. KUNSTMUSEUM-STUTTGART.de, Kunstmuseum Stuttgart. KUNSTMUSEUM-WOLFSBURG.de, Kunstmuseum Wolfsburg, Wuppertal. Kunstsammlung.de, Kunstsammlung Nordrhein-Westfalen. KUNSTSAMMLUNGEN-CHEMNITZ.de, Kunstsammlungen Chemnitz, Dessau. Kyohaku.go.jp, Kyoto National Museum. LACMA.org, Los Angeles County Museum of Art. LACMA.org, Los Angeles County Museum of Art. LACMA.org, Los Angeles County Museum of Art. lancs.ac.uk/users/peterscott/scott.htm lcsd.gov.hk/ce/museum/arts, Hong Kong Museum of Arts. lcsd.gov.hk/ce/museum/arts, the Hong Kong Museum of Art, Hungary/Ungarn, Budapest. lcsd.gov.hk/ce/museum/arts/english/tea/tea.html, Museum of Teaware, Hong Kong, Nanjing. lcsd.gov.hk/ce/museum/history/index.php, Hong Kong Museum of History. liam.samsungfoundation.org, Liam Museum of Art, Samsung Foundation. lenbachhaus.de, Lenbachhaus. leonardo.net/museum. leopoldmuseum.org, Leopold Museum. lightspace.org, Tamar Frank's artwork. lindenmuseum.de, Linden Museum Stuttgart. lippischeslandesmuseum.de/start-ok.html, Lippisches Landsmuseum, Dortmund. Louisiana.dk, Louisiana Museum of Modern Art, Odense. Louvre.fr, the Louvre. Louvre.fr/en. Louvre.fr/louvre.htm, Louvre Museum, the Great Museum in Paris. Ludwigmuseum.hu, Ludwig Museum Budapest. India, Kolkata/Calcutta/Calcutta. lutherhaus-eisenach.com, Lutherhaus Eisenach, L-Wangen. luxuryhotel.venice.com/museum-venice.htm. maa.org/x-index.php 3, Mid-America Arts Alliance. macsi.org, Museo de Arte Contemporáneo de Caracas Sofia Imber. macem.org, Musée d'Art Contemporain de Montréal, Ottawa. mayght.com, Musée Fondation Maagd, Versailles. mairieaux.fr/musees/index musees.html, Musees de Bordeaux, Chantilly. Maria.ae, Maria Art Center in Gawler. marx.de/startci.asp, Gerhard Marx House, Chemnitz. marmaton.com, Marmaton. marta-herford.de, Marta. martinluther.de, Martin Luther Gedenkstätten in Sachsen-Anhalt, Stiftung Luthergedenkstätten, Saarbrücken. masb.art.br, MASP, Museu de Arte de São Paulo. Canada/Canada, Montreal. massmoca.org, Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, MassMocha, Northampton, Ma. mbaa.besançon.fr, span lang equals de ch, Musée des Beaux-Arts et d'Archéologie de Besançon. mbam.qc.ca, Musée des Beaux-Arts de Montréal/Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. mca.com.au, Museum of Contemporary Art, Sydney. mcachicago.org, Museum of Contemporary Art. mcachicago.org, Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago. mcjp.fr, Maison de la Culture du Japon à Paris, MCJP. mcny.org, Museum of the City of New York, MCNY. mcu.es/prado/index_eng.html, Museo del Prado, Madrid. mediaandtechnology.org, AAM Media and Technology Committee. membris.lycos.fr/gallery pon taven. menil.org, the Menil Collection. medalab.unc.wm, Web Museum. metmuseum.org. metmuseum.org, Metropolitan. metmuseum.org, Metropolitan Museum of Art. metmuseum.org, Metropolitan Museum of Art. metmuseum.org, Metropolitan Museum of Art. metmuseum.org, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. metmuseum.org/collections/search.asp metmuseum.org/html files/gallery/gallery.html, Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York. mfa.org, Museum of Fine Arts, Boston. mfa.org/home.htm, Museum of Fine Arts, Buffalo, New York. mfacmchicago.org, Mexican Fine Arts Center Museum, Chicago. mfah.org, Museum of Fine Arts, Houston. mfah.org, Museum of Fine Arts, Jackson, MS. mgbfineart.com. miamiartmuseum.org, Miami Art Museum. miho.or.jp, Maiho Museum, Tokyo/Tokyo. milanocastello.it, Castellos Fortesco. mistral.culture.fr/Louvre, the Louvre. mistral.culture.fr/Louvre/Louvre.htm, Louvre Palace and Museum, Paris, Architecture, Collections, Exhibits, Tours, Multilingual site. mmfa.qc.ca, Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. mmk-frankfurt.de, Museum für Moderne Kunst Frankfurt, mmk. mmk-passau.de, Museum Moderner Kunst, Stiftung Werlin, Regensburg. mnhs.org. mnk.zkm.de, Museum für Neue Kunst, Köln/Cologne. moca.org/mocamain.htm, Museum of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles. moca-la.org, Museum of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles. moca-la.org, Museum of Contemporary Art, Mocha. moca-lyon.org, Musée d'Art Contemporain, Metz. mocp.org, Museum of Contemporary Photography. medinatai.com, Modinatai Mode Museum MOMU. modernaart.ie, Irish Museum of Modern Art Israel. moma.org. moma.org, Museum of Modern Art, MoMA. moma.org, Museum of Modern Art, New York. moma.org, the Museum of Modern Art MoMA. moma.org.uk. moma.org/menu.html, Museum of Modern Art, New York. momak.go.jp, National Museum of Modern Art Kyoto/Momac, Nara. monoart.com, Monoart. mappa.org, Museum of Photographic Arts. morpheusgallery.com. mountainartsgallery.com. mouseinthehouse.co.uk/index.html, Mouseinthehouse, Photography. moa.org, Museum of Web Art. moiland.de/joseph-buies.html, Museum Schloss Moyland. mpma.net, Mountain Plains Museums Association. mrfinearts.com, Toronto. msmusumart.org, Mississippi Museum of Art, Kansas City. msu.hr, MSU, Museum of Contemporary Art. Czech Republic/Czechien. MullenAutomotiveMuseum.com, Mullen Automotive Museum, Pasadena, CA. musee-conde.fr, Musée Condet, Colmar. musee-fesch.com, Musée Fesch, Als. museeguimet.fr, Musée Guimet. Musée National des Arts Asiatiques. museeimaginaire.it. musee-lam.fr. museendortmund.de/mkk, Museum für Kunst und Kulturgeschichte Dortmund, Dresden. museenkoln.de/ludwig/index.html, Museum Ludwig. museenkoln.de/museenkoln.de/kunsthalle/index.html, Joseph Haubrich Kunsthalle, Kunsthalle museenkoln.de/museenkoln.de/mok/index.html, Museum für Ostasiatische Kunst. musee-orsay.fr, Musée. musee-orsay.fr, Musée d'Orsay. musee-picasso.fr, Musée National Picasso Paris. musee-rodin.fr, Musée Rodin. Meudon et Paris, Rodez. musee-soulages.grand-rodez.com, Musée Soulages, Ronchamp. musee-unterlinden.com, Musée d'Unterlinden, Lille. Musée civique-ivanesi.it, Fondation Musée Civique-Ivanesiani. Palazzo Ducale, Palazzo Correr, etc. museoartescienza.com, Museo d'Arte e Scienza. Museo diocesano.it, Museo Diocesano di Milano. museoegizio.org, Museo Egizio. Museo Morandi.it, Museo Morandi, Como. Museo Poldipezzioli.it, Museo Pol di Pezzoli, Reggio Emilia. Museo Prato.mcu.es, Museo. museozadacomo.com, Museo Dietico della Città di Como, Firenze/Florence/Florence. museu-agricola.planetacelix.pt, Agricultural Museum of Montemuro Novo, Portugal. Museum Services. museum.appstate.edu/index.html, Appalachian Cultural Museum is located in Boone, North Carolina. Appalachian State University. Museum.go.kr, National Museum of Korea Kuwait, Kuwait. museum.org.sg/nhb.html. museum.ru/gme, Pushkin Museum of Fine Arts, Russia. museum.vienna.at, Historisches Museum der Stadt Wien. museumblogs.org, museumblogs.org, Museums and Exhibit Blog Directory. museum-brandhorst.de, Museum Brandhorst. museum-folkwang.de, Museum Folkwang. museumgeorgeschaeffer.de, Museum George Schaeffer, Siebel. museum-joanneum.at, Lons Museum Joan Neum. museum-kunst-palast.de, Museum Kunstpalast. museum-mercedes-benz.com, Mercedes Museum, Tübingen. museumofba.org. museumpods.com, Museum Podcasts, multi-language portal. museum-sinsheim.de, Technik Museum Sinsheim, Speyer. Museums of Macedonia.gr, Museums of Macedonia. museumspire.de, Technik Museum Speyer, Stuttgart. museum-wiesbaden.de, Museum Wiesbaden, Wolfsburg. muskegonartmuseum.org, Muskegon Museum of Art. mus-kim.dk/kim.htm, Danish Museum. muva.lpace.com.uy, Virtual Museum of Arts. mv.vatican.va/3_n/pages/mv_home.html. nact.jp, National Art Center Tokyo, NACT. narahaku.go.jp, Nara National Museum, Shiga. Nasher Sculpture Center.org, Nasher Sculpture Center, Detroit. National.gallery.ca, National Gallery of Canada. Nationalgallery.ie, National Gallery of Ireland. Nationalgallery.org.uk. Nationalgallery.org.uk, National Gallery, London. Nationalgallery.org.uk, National Gallery, London. Nationalgallery.org.uk, National Gallery. nature-in-art.org.uk. nbk.org, Neue Berliner Kunstverein. nbm.org, National Building Museum. NEA.gov, National Endowment for the Arts, Washington, D.C. NEH.gov, National Endowment for the Humanities, Washington, DC. Nethercuttcollection.org, The Nethercutt Collection, Car Museum, Toledo, Ohio. newigallery.linz.at, newigallery.linz. newigallery.org, Newi Gallery. neue-pinakothek.org, Newi Pinakothek. newmuseum.org, New Museum of Contemporary Art in New York. newmuseum.org, New Museum of Contemporary Art. newpopart.com. newportmansions.org, Newport Mansions, New York City. nga.gov, National Gallery of Art, U.S. nga.gov, National Gallery of Art, Washington, D.C. Searchable database and tours of more than 100,000 artifacts. nga.gov, National Gallery of Art, Washington, D.C. nga.gov, National Gallery of Art. nga.gov. ngprog.cz, National Gallery. Denmark/Danemark. nilearts.com, Art Gallery of Nile Arts. nmaa-ryder.si.edu, Smithsonian American Art Museum. nmi.si.edu, Smithsonian's National Museum of the American. nmjh.org/exhibitions, National Museum of American Jewish History Exhibitions. nmwa.go.jp, National Museum of Western Art. nmwa.org, National Museum of Women in the Arts. nmwa.org, National Museum of Women in the Arts, NMWA. nolde-stiftung.de, Stiftung Siebel Ada und Emil Nold, Selb. noma.org, New Orleans Museum of Art, Newport, RI. nortonsimon.org, Norton Simon Museum, Philadelphia. npg.org.uk, National Portrait Gallery. npg.org.uk/live/collect.asp, Portrait Gallery. npg.si.edu, National Portrait Gallery. npm.gov/tw, National Palace Museum, Chinese. newyorkhistory.org, New York Historical Society. oberlin.edu/amam/default.html, Allen Memorial Art Museum Oberlin. o'hara.or.jp, O'Hara Museum of Art, Kyoto. ok-centrum.at, OK. o'keefemuseum.org, Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, Seattle. origo.hnm.hu, Hungarian National Museum. pafa.org, Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts. palazzoducale.genova.it, Palazzo Ducale, Milano/Milan/Mailand. palazzograssi.it, Palazzo Grassi and Punta della Dogana. palazzomagnani.it, Palazzo Magnani, Rome/Roma. palazzoruspoli.it, Palazzo Ruspoli/Fondazione Memi, Torino/Turin. pam.org, Portland Art Museum, Oregon. Paris. paris.org/musees, Museums of Paris, links organized by museum type and location. paris.org/musees/art.afrique.oceanie/info.html. paris.org/musees/om. paris.org/musees/Louvre. paris.org/parisart. pathfinder.com/photos/galleries/arts/eisie/eisens.html, Alfred Eisenstadt, Photos and Biography. pdfmuseum.org.uk, Percival David Foundation of Chinese Art. pem.org, Peabody Essex Museum, San Diego. pem.org, Peabody Essex Museum. fadpaintings.com. philadelphiamuseum.org. philadelphiamuseum.org, Philadelphia Museum of Art. phillipscollection.org, Phillips Collection. photomuseum.gr, Museum of Photography. Hong Kong/Hong Kong. pinakothek-der-moderne.de, Pinakothek der Moderne. pinchucartcenter.org, Pinhook Art Center. polomusil.venezia.beniculturealley.it, Polo Musel Venezia. Japan. Porzelanican.org, Porzelanican, Sinsheim. praxismexico.com. prinarty.com, Hato Rey, Mexico. printcouncil.org, Print Council of America over catalogs of prints. provincia.venezia.it/Carini, Fondazione Quirini Stampalia. ps1.org, p.s.1. kbrownlee.fr, Musée du Quai Branly. Arts Premiers. Questionmark.net. Rembrandthus.nl, Rembrandts. rem-mannheim.de, Reisengelhorn Museen, Rem Mannheim, Munchen. Reshamim.com. rfc.museum, Rubel Family Collection, RFC Museum, Minneapolis. rijksmuseum.nl/index.jsp, The Major Dutch Museum. Ringling.org, John and Mabel Ringling Museum of Art, Florida. rmn.fr, Réunion des Musées Nationaux de France. rollingstone.com/sections/gallery/text. royalacademy.org.uk, Royal Academy of Arts. russianmuseums.info. sachigallery.com. salvadordalimuseum.org, Dali Museum. samuelrothbard.com. savitskycollection.org, Savitsky Collection Venezuela, Caracas. Schoenberg.at, Arnold Schoenberg Center. Sculptor.org, sculptor.org. sdmart.com, San Diego Museum of Art. seattleartmuseum.org, Seattle Art Museum, Sylmar, CA. seattleartmuseum.org, Seattle Art Museum. secretcove.com/on-line.hdm, Secret Cove. seedlestudios.com, Seedle Studios Fine Art. sfmoma.org, San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, Santa Fe. si.edu, Smithsonian Institution. si.edu/nmaffa, National Museum of African Art, Washington, D.C. skirball.org, Skirball Cultural Center, Marion, PA. slu.edu/sluma.xml, St. Louis University Museum of Art, SLUMA. smartmuseum.uchicago.edu, David and Alfred Smart Museum of Art at the University of Chicago. smith.edu/art museum, Smith College Museum of Art, Oxnard, CA. sohn.org, Sir John Soane's Museum. steedlijk.nl, the Stedelijk Museum, Amsterdam. sunsite.unc.edu/otis/gallery.html, Art Galleries. sunsite.unc.edu/otis/otisinfo.html. sva.edu/moma, Art Museum. tamu.edu/makel/picasso. tate.org.uk, Tate Gallery. tate.org.uk, Tate Gallery. tate.org.uk, Tate. tate.org.uk, The Tate Gallery in London. tate.org.uk, The Tate Gallery. terramuseum.org, Terra Museum of American Art, Cincinnati. textilemuseum.org, The Textile Museum. theartgallery.com.au. thebritishmuseum.ac.uk, British Museum. thebritishmuseum.ac.uk. thebroad.org, The Broad Museum. thedali.org, The Dali, Salvador Dali Museum, Washington. thejewishmuseum.org, Jewish Museum. themodern.org, Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth, Houston. the-wallace-collectation.org.uk, Wallace Collection. thevallers.org, Walters Art Gallery, Berkeley. thinker.org, Fine Arts Museums of San Francisco. thisisame.vstoreart.com, Fine Art for Fine Home. timloidsculpture.com, Timothy Lloyd Sculpture. ToledoMuseum.org, Toledo Museum of Art, St. uea.ac.uk/menus/organizations/scvia. uffizi.forenza.it, uffizi. units.ox.ac.uk/departments/prm, Pitt Rivers Museum, Archaeology. vam.ac.uk, Victoria and Albert Museum. vam.ac.uk, Victoria and Albert Museum, Decorative Arts. vam.ac.uk/explorers/virtual/images. VanGoghMuseum.nl. VanGoghMuseum.nl, Van Gogh Museum, in Amsterdam. VanGoghMuseum.nl/collection/catalog. vmfa.state.va.us, Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, Rochester, New York. WalkerArt.org/index.wac, Walker Art Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. WeavingArtMuseum.org/home.html, Weaving Art Museum and Research Institute, WAMRI. Warhol.org, Andy Warhol Museum. Warhol.org, Andy Warhol Museum, Richmond. Warhol.org/Warhol, Andy Warhol Museum. Warunek.com, Warunek, Modern and Experimental Work in Art Science and Technology. wga.hu/index.html, Web Gallery of Art. Whiteboxnewyork.org, Whitebox. Whitechapelgallery.org, Whitechapel Gallery, Oxford. Whitney.org, Whitney Museum of American Art. Whitney.org, Whitney Museum of American Art. Whitney.org, Whitney Museum of Art, North Adams, Ma. Whitney.org, Whitney. WildaArtSite.com. ycba.yale.edu/index.asp, Yale Center for British Art. Some specific World Art Museum websites too. PhiladelphiaMuseum.org, Philadelphia Museum of Art. Centre Pompidou.fr, Centre National d'Art et Culture Georges. Pompidou. cnac-gp.fr, Centre Pompidou. Library.moma.org, the Museum of Modern Art Library, Archives and Study Centers. fineart.utoronto.ca, Department of Fine Art at University of Toronto. arts.ouc.bc.ca/fina/home.html, Fine Arts Department, Okanagan. University College. tate.org.uk, Tate. Nationalgalleries.org, Scottish National Gallery of Modern Art. ahrb.ac.uk, The Arts and Humanities Research Board, AHRB. Whitworth.man.ac.uk, Whitworth Art Gallery in Manchester, North West England. arctic.edu/reynolds/index.php, Mary Louise Reynolds Collection. dma.org, Dallas Museum of Art. Hirshhorn.si.edu, Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden, Washington, D.C. moa.org/home.html, MOWA Museum of Web Art. Louvre.fr, Musée du Louvre, Paris. mcachicago.org, Museum of Art, Chicago. nationalgallery.org.uk, National Gallery, London. npg.si.edu, National Portrait Gallery, Smithsonian Institution, D.C. Guggenheim.org, Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum, New York. Clevelandart.org, the Cleveland Museum of Art. Corcoran.org, the Corcoran Gallery of Art. Frick.org, the Frick Collection. imj.org.il, the Israel Museum Jerusalem. LACMA.org, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. metmuseum.org, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. MoMA.org, the Museum of Modern Art, New York. NELSON-ATKINS.org, the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, Kansas City, Missouri. SLAM.org, the St. Louis Art Museum. Chapter 3. A bunch of art gallery websites. Online art galleries. gallery-worldwide.com, zatista.com, theuntappedsource.com, artprice.com, artbrokerage.com, artbusiness.com/agentfind.html, myartbroker.com, artbusiness.com/sellmyart.html. Artspace.com is the digital marketplace for fine art and design. Artbrokersinc.com, portraitsinc.com, doubletakart.com, a fine art brokerage and consignment gallery located near Minneapolis, Minnesota. ugallery.com, artnet.com, artbrokers.com, sachiart.com, bhfineart.com/services/art-brokerage, Australia. freeartappraiser.com, free art appraisal, art sales and art buying. originalartbroker.com, johnwolf.com, assist private clients and corporations in creating outstanding collections of fine art. windsorbets.com, Windsor Bets Art Brokerage House, Santa Fe, NM. art-broker.com, fineartbrokersinc.com, art-collecting.com, doubletakart.com, a fine art brokerage and consignment gallery. orangecountyartbroker.com, artdealers.org, the Art Dealers Association of America, ADAA, theabundantartist.com, sell-arts.com, axa-art.com/US International Art Experts and Art Lovers. fineartamerica.com, online marketplace for buying and selling fine art. wikihow.com/sell-fine-art-online. fineart.ha.com, artbrocrusa.com, artfinder.com, the art marketplace. canyonroadartbrokerage.com, Santa Fe, NM. linkism.com/art-galleries/online/index.htm, abl-art.com, aboriginalworks.com, africancontemporary.com, apictureofbritain.com, online art gallery, UK, antiwarartists.com/gallery, arsarts.com, artandprintdesigns.com, artbank.com, artboom.com, artbuzz.org, online art galleries, art directories. artbias.com, artezero.info, art-graduates.com, artinmilan.com, artoak.net, online art gallery, UK. Art of the Dragon, Asian brush paintings, traditional palm and finger paintings, calligraphy, wood block prints. artofthedragon.com, artsdhatwork.com, art2get.com. Online art gallery book portfolios. Browse through or submit your own. Book.fr. Haitian art. CarryArtCollection.com. ChinesePaintings.com, ChinesePaintings.com. CultureHall, DiscoverOriginalArt.com. Duarteing social network for artists. Artists can publish their works. e-artnow.com. Designers Showcase. Artists and Artisans. ellendell.com. Online art gallery Eureka Springs, Arkansas. EurekaSpringsArtists.com. Collectives Gallery Verdun, acrylic paintings and fine Greek sculpture. By Quincy, Leon, and Curtis Verdun. GalleryVerdun.com. Estonia. GALERII24.ee. GalleryDIR.com. Artwork from the 80s and 90s. TheGalleryRetro.com. Gallery Today, GalleryToday.com. Hard to find artwork by James Christensen, Cassandra Barney, and Govinder Nazran. HiddenRidgeGallery.com. Printed Bazaar Art and Antiques, International Art and Antiques. idbazaar.com. Isabel Art Gallery, Isabel.com. italartnet.com, Italian artists. italartnet.com. Lancaster Fine Art Australia and New Zealand. lancasterfineart.com.au. Latvian artists. linenpaintings.eu. Original paintings, photography, handcrafted products. lahaart.com. loveyOurArt.com. mybestcanvas.com. newbloodart.com. Chiswick Studio in the UK. newbloodart.com. originalartonline.com. Paintings, prints, ceramics, greeting cards. French artists. Pictabilis.fr. Mostly expressionist painters Finland. proartists.com/english/index_english.htm. Grand Canal shops at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. regisgallery.com. savvycollector.com. scotlandart.com. scotlandart.com. showour-own-art-gallery.com. staytoftheart.co.za. untamedgalleries.com. online art gallery, UK. Aboriginal artists Eastern Desert and Utopia. Region, Ongarapa, of Central Australia. utopianaboregionalart.com.au. wom.co.uk. UK online art galleries. zatista.com, original art online. discoveroriginalart.com, an online art site. maulovesart.com, Mau Loves Art, online gallery. oilpaintings.com, oilpaintings.com. vault17.com, vault17 online art gallery, Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Best art galleries according to someone. photographymuseum.com. artesiophycios.cl. inmodern.com/index.asp. art.net. theartsource.org. g1expo.com. dirigerodgallery.com. igalleryvn.com. fineartworld.com. forwardthinkingmuseum.com. galeriaexcelencias.com. galleriasilicia.com. galleriespace.com. thegalleryoftarts.com. moragallery.com. parnas.com. northern-expressions.com. pigmentmart.com. russianpaintings.net. russianphotographs.net. sausalitoartgalleries.com. studio3india.com. theuntaptedsource.com. wesellokunner.com. davidbsmithgallery.com, Denver. fecalface.com. Fine art with an edgy flavor. proyectosmonclova.wordpress.com. claus.net. 303gallery.com. 47canalstreet.com. airdparis.com. andrearosengallery.com. andrewkrebs.com. antonkerngallery.com. aratiaber.com. azpcgallery.com. bialishertling.com. blumaanddepot.com. bortolamigallery.com. bortolazzi.com. broadway1602.com. bureau-inc.com. cabinet.uk.com. campolipresti.com. carmichaelgallery.com. cherryanmartin.com. krausel.com. davidbsmithgallery.com. davidkordanskygallery.com. davidswerner.com. estherskipper.com. forte6laka.com.br. frankenoero.com. ephraimandguth.com. gagosian.com. gallerybookhalls.de. gallerycapitaine.de. gallerycom.de. gallerie-susanne-zander.com. gallerywolf.com. galerist.com.tr. galleria0.it. gavinbrown.biz, gbagency.fr, generalhotel.org, garinglopez.com, joemarconi.com, gladstonegallery.com, greenanaftalaigallery.com, gregorpodner.com, hauserworth.com, houseofgaga.com, international.la, jackhanley.com, janmot.com, johankoenig.de, jonathanlevinegallery.com, joshualinergallery.com, carrieschess.com, knowngallery.com, kropatiyuskani.com, kurimansutita.com, labor.org.mx, lawzinc.com, listengallery.com, lucianabritogalleria.com.br, mariangoodman.com, maureenpaley.com, mccaffreyfineart.com, metropicturesgallery.com, meyer-riegger.de, miguelabrogallery.com, modernart.net, murrayguy.com, newjersey.ch, now.elizabethd.com, pacegallery.com, paulacoopergallery.com, parisprojects.com, peruin.com, petzel.com, praz-delavallade.com, prismlaw.com, rabervionstengland.com, renaspaulings.com, renwickgallery.com, cityacalls.com, space1026.com, spruthmajors.com, standardoslo.no, teamgal.com, themoderninstitute.com, thethirdline.com, v1gallery.com, whitecolumns.org, whitecube.com, whitewallssf.com, yvon-lambert.com. Some World Art Gallery websites. 1. Look.info, Look Gallery, Berlin. Capita in Petzel.de, artwork by Sean Landers at Kapitän Petzel in Berlin. spruthmajors.com, artwork by Sterling Ruby at Spruth Majors in Berlin. eigen-art-lab.com, artwork by Laura Buckley at Eigen Plus Art Lab in Berlin. Washburngallery.com, artwork by Charles Hinman at Washburn Gallery in New York. bureau-inc.com, artwork by Julia Rommel at Bureau in New York. chimeread.com, artwork by Joan Mitchell at Chime and Read in New York. chimeread.com, Chime and Read, New York. freightanvolume.com, artwork by Eric Den Bregen at Freight Plus Volume in New York. nataliekarg.com, artwork by Jesse Mockran at Natalie Karg Gallery in New York. AnitaRogersGallery.com, artwork by George Negroponte at Anita Rogers Gallery in New York. abacus-gallery.com, Abacus Painting Gallery. anfitro.it/javadev/anfypaint.html, anfypaint. turqtortsedona.com, Arizona's Turquoise Tortoise Art Gallery. art-arena.com, Art Arena. hackneyart.com, Art for Sale. anfitro.it/galleria, Art Gallery of Lucas Artists, Italy. art.net/stalker, Art Gallery Stalker. vangogh.spb.ru, Art Gallery Shop of Russian Van Gogh. stuesdayrenberg.com, Art Quarter Originals, Replicas, Posters. art-cage.com, Art Cage Gallery. art-helicon.ru, Art Helicon, Database of Fine Art from Russia. artfaces.com, ART Faces, ART Places. artfull1.com, Artful one-hand painted gallery art on canvas. artisoo.com, Artisoo Paintings. artoslo.com, Art Oslo, Scandinavian Talent. artworldchicago.com, artworldchicago.com. AboriginalArtShop.com, authentic Aboriginal art at wholesale prices. BigArtspace.co.uk, BigArtspace. Cage.nl, Cage. Candelabra.co.za, Candelabra. Visualscape.co.uk, canvas wall art prints by Visual Escape. castlegallery.com/index.asp, Castle Gallery. ChasenGalleries.com, Chasen Galleries. PaintingIant.com, China Oil Painting. contemporaryart4all.co.uk, Contemporary Art for All Gallery. CrystalFineArt.com, Crystal Fine Art Multicultural Gallery and Studio. DoubleTakeGallery.com, DoubleTake Gallery. ExchangeArtsLinks.com, Exchange Art Links. FrankWipplenonPrints.com, Frank Whipple Prints. Artinefo.ru, From Russia with Art. BuildCracked.com, Gallery Build Cracked Art. GalleryData.com, Gallery Data. CAOS-GALLERY.com, Galleria de Arte 3 Millennio. GalleryArtPaintings.com, Gallery Art Paintings. SamartShop.narod.ru, Gallery Samara Art Shop. GlobalArt4u.com, Global Art for You. GoldenCactusGallery.com, Golden Cactus Gallery, Cabos Premier Artists. Hazelhurst.com, Hazelhurst Fine Art Studio. uartmart.com, Internet Gallery uartmart. israelartguide.co.il, Israel Art Guide, Jerry Maloney Studio. kiwiarts.com, Kiwi Arts, New Zealand Arts and Crafts. lebanonart.com, lebanonart.com. libart.free.fr, Libart Liberty Art Gallery. mockerT.com, Mockert's Gallery. maltaart.com, Maltese Art. marlamallet.com, Marla Mallet Textiles, Tapestries, Weavings. merlin.com.sg, Merlin Frame Maker and Art Gallery. millracegallery.com, Millrace Gallery. montiablo.com, Montablo. offarosegallery.com, Offrose Gallery. classicoilpainting.com, Oil Painting Reproduction. onefineart.com, One Fine Art. modernaartimages.com, Original Fine Art. reproductionfineart.com, Reproduction Fine Art Gallery. roslyn.com, Roslyn Art Gallery. leningradartist.com, Russian Colors Fine Art Gallery. leningradartist.com, Russian Fine Art Legacy. santorini-art.com, Santorini Art Gallery. scottishartpaintings.co.uk, Scottish Art. exposuresfineart.com, Sedona Art Gallery, Exposures International, Arezzo. littlelakes.net, Serge Rodigan Art Gallery. shopart.com/english/index.html, shopartev. swissart.ch, Swiss Art Network. tangantiques.com, Tang Antiques, Chinese antique porcelain painting. theartiststudio.co.uk, The Artist Studio, The Haas Gallery. thoughtfulnessshopfineart.com, The Thoughtfulness Shop Fine Art. tonkinart.com, Tonkinart. youcanbuyart.com, youcanbuyart.com. vincent.nl, Vincent Art Gallery. vincenzorappa.com, Vincenzo Rappa Web Art Gallery. w3art.com, w3art. watercolorwoman.net, watercolorwoman.net. seascapesbyjesse.com, Welcome to Butterfly Art. intofineart.com, Works of Old Masters. worldfineart.com, World Fine Art Gallery. rendesign.com, Rendesign Gallery of Original Paintings. Some World Art Gallery websites too. 1000impresssions.com, 1stholyland.com. naivefineart.com, 525avc.com. artbreath21.com, a gallery of artists.com, a lesbianworld.com, aboriginalaartonline.com, alpha-omega-busines.com, thibatdanset.com, africapoetry.com, africanelloxo.com, agora-gallery.com, allcreativeportfolios.com, amberspace.com, anamorphos.be, art-aoa.com, arcade-gallery.com, i-s.com, artemery.com, artappeal.com, artchinese.co.uk, art-for-sale-online.co.uk, artforumonline.com, artfromcuba.com, russianartgallery.com, artfromthesource.com, artgalleryandco.com, 1avenue.com/helios, gallery-a.ru, artinmotion.fr.st, artinuk.co.uk, artinvietnam.com, inmodern.com, artrussia.ru, artofrussia.net, artoftheempath.com, artoncanvas.net, artbyconnie.com, art-experience.co.uk, paintingofrussia.com, art2busines.nl, art2muse.com.au, artbank.com/celiarart.aspx, artbrush.net, artelino.com, artemission.de/artstore, artemises.com, arteryuk.com, artfrombulgaria.com, arthit.ru, artimportltd.com, artisticsavants.com, portretti.cyberdesk.pl, artistari.co.uk, artistsenique.com, artnexus.co.nz, artsablaze.co.uk, artscenemilwaukee.com, artspace-galleries.com, artilicious.co.uk, asianbrusheart.com, asiannouveau.com, autartgallery.com/index2.htm, avemariaart.com, pwp.netcabo.pt/penha.graca, bluebaygallery.com, bluevipurgallery.moonfruit.com, blueglassrabbit.com, booksillustrated.com, bremenauerstudio.com, collegeartist.com/gallery.html, carryartcollection.com, centralart.com.au, chaosartworks.com, chasengalleries.com/index.html, clubart.it, colombaart.co.uk, contemporary.art4all.co.uk, contourart.com, cooltiribalarts.com, dugiemagallery.com, dolce-play.co.uk, eslawrence.com, editionsltd.com, ety-art.net, faststreetgallery.com, fineart4men.com, fineartsweb.com, frankwiplenenprints.com, futurmuseum.com, serres-art.com, beeldecracked.com, gallerydata.com, gallerygartlgruber.de, olivier.corvisier.free.fr, gallerie-schwarze.com, galleryverdun.com, gallerie51.com, artegabriela.com, galleriazialiciccia.com, galleries-online.co.uk, galleryartgalaxy.com, samartshop.narod.ru, gallerytoday.com, btinternet.com/Georgia Standen, ghenator.com, globalart.net, graphexhouse.com, graphi.com, graphicartgalleries.com, topofart.com, ilnprints.co.uk, imitate.org.uk, impressionist-art-gallery.com, inkblottistwallpaper.com, interactivepalette.com/home, isabel.com, yourzourcinjapan.com/index.htm, caymangallery.co.uk, kids101-art.co.uk, kiwiarts.co.nz, kunstdierkt.net, lanninggallery.com, lenkiwix.org, liebart.free.fr, localcolorart.com, loftart.com, loinsgallery.com, lucyart.co.uk, artgallery.com.ua, mark-net.com, mangalocity.com, manorhousegallery.co.uk, digislander.iol.it/mdzilioli/zilioblack/ind, misturaartilleryproduction.com, midnichtsun-designs.com, noble.com.ua, milkywaygallery.com, minigallery.co.uk, minigalleryworld.com, modernaartistspaintings.com, moonflowergallery.com, moran784.com, nakedicon.com, azafil.free.fr, niagaraartcollection.com, northernlightsgallery.co.uk, novellaarts.com, pin-up-nude.com, suzannebastian.com, omma.gr, thevisiongrove.com, originalartonline.com, originsofart.com, taxidermy.topcities.com/feathers/gallery.ht, trevisanarte.com, pattersonartstudio.com, pereirasilva.net, photoartstudio.com, pictabilis.fr, pixiport.com, prioryart.com, purpletrunk.com, rbsa.org.uk, wildspeculation.com, readism.com, thoserussians.com, ukraine-art-gallery.com, russianartnudes.com, sacredbear.com, sangalari.net, sartorialart.com, siurus.co.uk, scotlandart.com, chaldicayov.com, singularteists.com, sagace.com, skuen.com, smartartinvestments.com.au, sohogalleries.net, soulfulartonline.com, sovietpainting.com, stephanienos.com, stop4art.com, menyonggallery.com.au, sufusivart.com, swissart.net, silvaticaprints.co.uk, tashong-studios.co.uk, artshopnc.com, bernheim-jeune.com, gardenofeden.co.uk, publicsculpture.org, theheartgallery.com.au, thestreetgallery.com, thesurface.org, thinkbigprint.com, turqtortsedona.com, ucanbuyart.com, ukrainianart.com, universal-archives.com, untitleed-gallery.co.uk, whiteoyster1111.com, worldartemporium.co.uk. worldreligionsprints.com, michaelonona.com, zirunart.co.uk, artmuseum.com.cn, a-gallery.de/english/index.htm, aboriginalartshop.com, adamsgallery.com, antique-fine-art.com, aniams.com/pinturas/index.php?lang=n, artaandesports.net, newmasters.com, artonline.gr, gallery-worldwide.com, artingeneral.org, loviches.nl/artoflove, art-ere.com, artbank.com, artdance.com, artfulwomen.com, rdmpresia.com, artistsincornwall.com, artistsrepublic.com, artistscanada.com, arty2denet.com, artlil.com, artlistings.com, artscad.com, ashokaartgallery.com, avondalegalleries.com, bigartspace.co.uk, blingcred.com, bluedistortion.com, blueshoarts.org, c4antik.dk, love-art.com, canadaart.net, case-1.com, cataartgallery.blogspot.com, clementina.co.za, chelseaart.co.uk, osmanart.homestead.com, caa.org.uk, cowboysforchrist.com, craftscouncil.org.uk, cubism-asada.com, dailypainters.com, mesums.com, e-artsource.com, ethnoarta.dot.ac, expodream.com/hall/search.asp?cat id=4, eyesdark.com, forster-art.com, artexpress.org, gallerie-appassionata.com, cashiahildebrand.org, neuekunst.de, galleriesaintmartin.com, galha.net, galleriespace.com, gallery-of-nudes.com, gemstone-enterprises.com, jeanshapiro.com, carolinecook.com, hawkgalleries.com, hayward-gallery.org.uk, heartgallery.fr, velazart.co.uk, lovers-prints.co.uk, imagetfiction.net, imagelair.com, arteflow.com, artgooch.co.uk, kunstwelt.net, latindressedusitron.com, legacybronze.com, grandspentras.com, lilycreek.com, mkmamadrid.com, matissesclub.com, megagraphics.org, natgialscat.ac.uk, nationalgallery.org.uk, npg.org.uk, newselticart.com, artnet.com, oiloncanvas.com, ordinarydays.com, potcave.hu/index.php?option=sign com_wrapper&item ID =179, pot.ro, photilus.com, galeriapedroserrano.com, photonit.org.uk, picassomio.com, picturesofspain.info, artmajeur.com/oscarpoliato2, premieranimation.com, prestigefineart.com, rosaluxgallery.com, sculpturesandligny.com, serpentinegallery.org, smi-art.com. sotiropoulos.gr, southlondonart.com, stuckism.com, studio18.co.uk, tangogallery.com, tate.org.uk, thengkapaintings.com, orangegallery.co.uk, morvah.com, thestateoftart.co.uk, wordsworth.org.uk/exhibitions/3dw.htm, traditionseinart.com, tripspotting.com, marcusjansen.com, utonga.com, victoriagal.org.uk, victoria-fine-art.com, vision-gallery.co.uk, visionsarts.com, visualpump.com.